Hey guys. So, what's on my makeup wish list? The only reason why I even have a wish list is because my birthday is in less than 2 weeks from now, and I thought it might be helpful to make a list to try to help me decide what I want to get because my mom just asked me the other day, what do you want for your birthday? I said, money. She said, you going to buy makeup? I said, yes, of course. And, my husband knows that I love makeup, so I'm sure he'll give me money too. And so I've been trying to decide what I want to get. And I was thinking instead of getting like the same kind of things that I always get, I thought maybe because it was my birthday, it might be fun to get like something that I wouldn't normally buy, like something expensive. So I made a list of things, and then I also did include some things that are not expensive. And I'm trying to. I definitely can't get everything on this list, and I probably will only be able to get one or two things. So I figured that I would go over it with you, and you can tell me what's on your makeup wish list if you have one. Even when my birthday is over, I think I might continue to write down what I want for makeup because I think it's helpful to like see it all written out because if you aren't sure about something, like you don't know if something is worth the money or you feel like something is just too much, that reminds me of something else I'm gonna add here that I wanted to include that I forgot to write. Okay. So I think it helps to decide because I had this other list before and there was some things that I was kind of on the fence about for different reasons. And to get to the point of what I'm trying to say is that I didn't end up buying a lot of things on that list for various reasons. So I sort of talked myself out of it and decided not to. But then there's other things that I didn't even have on a list that I've bought that I absolutely love and I find myself reaching for over and over again that I didn't even realize that I wanted that until I had it. You know what I'm saying? They were kind of like sort of spontaneous buys, I would say. But anyways, let's get to the list. Right at the top of the list is the brand Pat McGrath. Everybody knows who Pat McGrath is, most famous makeup artist in the world probably. And she has her own line of makeup, and I don't have anything by her. Her stuff is really expensive. It's only sold at select Sephora's or online, of course. And if I'm going to spend that much money for something, I really would like to be able to swatch it. And I have to drive probably an hour or more to get to a Sephora that sells Pat McGrath. So that's kind of a deterrent because I don't like to drive long distances, especially on the highway. Like I can drive on the highway, but there's certain aspects of it that I'm not that good at, we'll say. And so usually if I'm going to go that far, I'll ask my husband to drive because he's much better at that than I am. And he's not that crazy about driving long distances on the highway either. I mean, he can do it, but he's not really into shopping and malls and all that. I mean, sometimes if he's in the right frame of mind, he can have fun and kind of go with the flow, but for the most part, he's not really into that. So, why does my nose always get itchy every damn time I film? So as far as what would I want to get from Pat McGrath, I think the eyeshadow palettes, obviously I would love to get one of the eyeshadow palettes, but they are way beyond, I think, the amount of money that I'm going to be getting for my birthday. They're like $100 and something, and I don't even know if I would want to spend that much for an eyeshadow palette anyway. That just seems crazy to me, like so much money. So I was thinking maybe I could get a lipstick. I think they're like $35, which is a lot for a lipstick, but when her line first launched, I saw so many videos by popular beauty gurus on YouTube saying like best lipstick formula I ever tried, and I don't know. You know, now that I've heard some of the things that I've heard with all this scandal and everything going on about people, you know, getting paid large sums of money to make complimentary videos and everything, now you don't really know anymore whether people really ever believed anything they said in the first place. So I don't know if this is an excellent formula or not. I think it is, because I think a lot of people that aren't big beauty gurus have said that they really love the lipstick formula. So I was thinking about getting one of those. That's one possibility. And then speaking of expensive eyeshadow palettes that cost over $100, a lot of people have said that the Natasha Denona palettes, eyeshadow palettes, are the best eyeshadow formula they've ever tried. And again, you know, $100 and something for an eyeshadow palette. I mean, it nearly killed me to buy like my Viseart palette. I think that was like $80, and I don't even really reach for it that much. And it is a good eyeshadow palette, but I don't know. It's probably because of the one that I bought that I don't reach for it that often, because it's matte neutrals, and I would like to have seen a palette, or I would like to have gotten a palette that had a variety of things in it, not just matte neutrals. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. So again, Natasha Denona eyeshadow palette, no, I don't think so. That's just, it's too much money. So I won't be getting that, but it's on the list as something that I would love to have. The next thing on the list is another brand that I don't have anything from, and that is Charlotte Tilbury. Not from lack of trying, because I have been to every store that carries like the real expensive luxury items, and they all told me that no, we don't sell that. You know, maybe check the website, blah blah blah. But so up until now, I guess you couldn't buy Charlotte Tilbury in stores unless you lived in like New York City or something like that, which I don't. I'm in Massachusetts, but I even went up to some stores close to Boston, and even they didn't have Charlotte Tilbury. Like, you know, Neiman Marcus and Nordstrom and places like that, and they didn't have it. But I have heard that next week, I guess they're going to start having it at select Sephoras. So right now you can get it, I think, on the Sephora website, but I'll know next week which Sephoras have it. And it had better not be just like the ones in and around Boston. It had better be some others too, because I hate driving up close to Boston, but I'm not going to go off on that again. We just talked about that. The next, so if I do get any Charlotte Tilbury, what would I want? I would kind of like to get the Pillow Talk lipstick. There's another one too. What's the name of it? It's the other one that is similar color but a little bit lighter. And then the eyeshadow palettes are really pretty. And she just came out with a Pillow Talk collection that has an eyeshadow palette and a blush that's really pretty. But the regular eyeshadow palettes from the Permanent line look really good. You know what that line has always reminded me of? Tom Ford. I've never had any Tom Ford either eyeshadow palettes. I had a lipstick by him once that a friend had given me for my birthday. But something about those eyeshadow palettes remind me so much of Tom Ford. Like, I've swatched Tom Ford at stores, but yeah, that would be another thing that would be nice to have maybe. So the next thing I have on the list is Jeffree Star Cosmetics. I love Jeffree Star. I am subscribed to his YouTube channel. I watch all his videos, but I've never bought anything from him, although I've been interested in his makeup for a very long time. I've heard that the liquid lipstick formula is really nice, and I love the color selection. The bullet lipsticks I would love to try, but I don't really hear anybody talk about those, which is interesting. And the eyeshadow palettes, I love the way he does eyeshadow palettes. A bunch of bright, vibrant, deep, pigmented colors with one transitional type shade usually thrown in. But the color schemes are gorgeous, and I am really attracted to all of the palettes. So I don't even know which one I would pick, or even which liquid lipstick shade I would pick, because there's a lot of them that are so gorgeous. Not really interested in the Skin Frost, only because I have so many highlighters already that I really don't need any more. The next brand I have listed here is Glossier. I've always been curious about the cloud paints. Those are little tiny cream blushes that, I don't know, I just have a feeling that I would really like those. So that's the only item that really attracts me there. The next brand I have written down is Juvia's Place. Juvia's Place is supposed to be coming to Ulta stores sometime in September. It's already on their website. So their eyeshadow palettes are beautiful. And again, similar to Jeffree Star in the sense that lots of bold, bright shades all in one palette. And that really attracts me. I really like the looks of those palettes, and a lot of people have said that it's one of the best formulas they've ever used. The next thing I have written down is Kylie Cosmetics. That brand is going to be sold at Ulta starting at the holidays. It was just announced, I think, yesterday. I've always been attracted to that brand. The color schemes, the way she puts colors together in the eyeshadow palettes, the lip kits. When that brand first came out, you wouldn't be able to get it even if you wanted to, because it was like limited quantities and you had to be one of the first people to get it, like at a certain day or time or something, and it was just impossible to get. But even after it was possible to get, I don't know, I was always very apprehensive about ordering from that brand for some reason. But I think it was because I used to have all kinds of problems with shipping, because my mailing address is different than my home address, and a lot of times you have to put your address in first before you place your order, and I would never know which address to put because I wouldn't know what the delivery method was going to be, because a lot of these companies work with multiple carriers and they just assign the carrier at the end. That's the same reason why I can't order from Amazon, because I don't know, I can't tell you which address I'm going to be giving you until you tell me which carrier you're going to use. But anyways, ColourPop has alleviated a lot of problems for me, because now I don't have to worry about ordering online and fraud and all that, because I had my credit card information stolen multiple times and used and abused all over the place. So at least there's that. So if a company uses PayPal, usually I can just do that, and that seems to work good. But anyway, yeah. So Kylie Cosmetics is going to be sold at Ulta. So now I'll actually be able to see things and swatch things in person. And that will make it much more likely that I will try that brand. But that's the holidays though. So yeah, I might still want to try that anyway. I really like the color schemes of her products. She really has a way of putting things together very well. Everything always looks so cohesive. Let's see, what else have I got down here? Primark. I like the things I've tried so far from Primark's makeup line. They have single eyeshadows, but I haven't been able to find them. I'm going to try going to a different Primark, I think, around my birthday and see if I can find those single eyeshadows. And of course, I want to look at the clothes. Last time I went there, I didn't really find too much. For clothes, all I got was this bracelet that I wear every day. And I got a winter hat, which of course I haven't been able to wear yet. And then I got that Dream Light, and I got a cream blush stick that I do really like. But yeah, I'd love to try some more of their makeup. What I've tried so far is really good. And then I just have written down ColourPop because you can always use more ColourPop. I love ColourPop. I wish I could find it in stores. Supposedly it's supposed to be at the Ultas around me, but I've never seen it in there. And I heard somebody, last time I was in Ulta, I heard somebody asking, do you have ColourPop? And they were like, no. But yet if you type in my zip code on the Ulta website, it says that my Ulta has it. So that person that asked must have done the same thing. So I don't know what the deal is there. Something's messed up. But yeah, I love ColourPop, and if I could get it in stores, I would definitely buy it more often. And then the next thing I've written down is NYX, because I have a NYX store within driving distance, and there's something about having it all in that one store because they have all the products, every single one. I bought all the prismatic eyeshadows recently, and I love them, and I use them a lot. And so I was thinking maybe I could do something similar except with the nude matte shadows or the hot singles or something like that. And there's a lot of good products. I like NYX as a brand. They have a lot of good stuff. And then the last thing I have is the Maybelline Soda Pop palette. I'm not a palette person, but man, that palette looks beautiful. Let me insert a picture right here. There is something about that palette. I want it so bad, so I don't know. I resisted the L'Oreal Peach Paradise palette. I resisted the Maybelline Lemonade Craze palette. But this one, I don't think I'm going to be able to resist. I think I might get that when it comes out, which I think is supposed to be very soon. So yeah, these are all the things that are on my makeup wish list. I'm not going to end up with even a fraction of what I just talked about. But those are all the things that I want. So what is on your makeup wish list? Even if you don't have one, what are some of the things that, you're really excited about that you would love to buy? Whether you can afford it or not. This can be strictly fantasy if you want to, because this is mostly fantasy for me. I mean, I'm not going to be able to get hardly anything from this. So what's on your makeup wish list, physical or mental? And let me know. Thanks for watching, everybody, and give this video a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you next time. Bye.